In this series, we took the highest grossing film every year since 1980, we put them in brackets, and debated which film was the best to determine once and for all which decade had the best movies.
All right, next bracket, which should be a little bit interesting. We got another Star Wars. The Star Wars just keep fucking popping up here.
I
Um,
wonder why.
I mean, people pay to see it, and like I said, that's why they're on our list. Yeah. But before we get to the bottom
I'm
of the
so tired
barrel
about Star
here,
Wars. It's like a Star Wars podcast now.
well, when you for the last 40 years and you have 7 of the top grossing films of that year, yeah, it's tough. So, but all right, I'm curious. So, to what's your number one?
I mean, my number one's Titanic easily. It's another James Cameron movie on here after Terminator 2. Titanic is the best movie out of all of these, hands down. And yeah, you can have your issues with Titanic and you can make fun of it, but it's a well done movie. It's got a great score. Everyone said that this was going to be the end of James Cameron's career. It's not, and it's a perfectly fine story. When I compare them with the rest of these three, it's not even close.
100% agree. I know some people though do put a little hate on Titanic, but
Whatever.
it was just great. Yes, it's 3 hours, but the first half,
Whew.
this,
It was two VHS tapes, if I remember correctly.
it
You
was.
needed two of them.
You did. Um, but everything about it was just great. I mean, even the cheesy love story worked well in this environment. Obviously, Leonardo DiCaprio, this is the big jump in his career. Yes, he was doing things before, but this put him on the A list. This is just, it was just well done. Top to bottom, everything kind of like Return of the King. It won like whatever 11 Oscars. That's just that tells you, it is a great film. And I'm sorry, out of these four, easily the top film on this list. I
Easy.
mean, there should not be an honest question if you're just looking for best film. Maybe not your favorite, but best film. Number two for me, Three Men and a Baby.
Oh my God.
I love this. I mean,
Yeah.
maybe compared to what the other two are garbage. But I remember watching this in the '80s. This was always on. It was fun. I remember the sequel, Three Men and a Little
Yeah.
Lady. These are three of the best
Hmm.
comedians at this time. Um,
Yeah.
and I just maybe other movies would go down, but compared to the last two, which are complete garbage, I easily Three Men and a Baby to me is number two. It was fun, typical '80s comedy, So if you're in that mood, check it out. But what was your number
Hmm.
two? Was it the same, or did you go different?
It's the same. It's the same. This has Steve Gutenberg and it has Tom Selleck's mustache. Those two things alone, to me, put it way ahead of Spider-Man 3 and The Last Jedi.
So now comes the question:
Mm.
which gets your number three vote, and which gets your number four vote?
Um, mm. I mean, this is actually kind of easy for me, but I have problems. Okay, this is under protest. Shaking my fist at the screen right now. Uh, as much as it pains me to say, I feel that The Last Jedi is better than Spider-Man 3.
I 100%
I
agree. I 100%
okay,
agree
all
with you.
right. Because I
I was
don't
gonna,
remember
I
Spider-Man 3 really.
no, you know what I remember? The Venom scenes and the cheesy Peter Parker dancing. I
Oh,
remember
of
all the
course, that's
bad
like
shit.
legendary.
Yes, and
Yeah.
it's all the bad shit. But no, either of the other two Spider-Man could have beaten this, but Spider-Man
Hmm.
3 is one of the worst comic book movies. Um,
I hated
yeah,
the Venom implementation. I hated the whole
Topher Grace
storyline.
was shitty about Venom. I like him in the
Yeah,
'70s show. He just didn't work here.
it's
Last
awful.
Jedi,
Hmm.
you know, yes, it has its problems, but again, now you're getting Star Wars. They're at least getting to its own story now. But yeah,
Hmm.
I could not put Spider-Man 3. It, the only movie to me, and out of all 40 movies that Spider-Man 3 is going to beat, is one in the final bracket, which we will get to another Star Wars movie. But yeah, no, easily Last Jedi was number three. Spider-Man 3 is number four. I am sorry.
Yeah,
Um, I love Tobey Maguire, but even he could not save this film. But
no.
comes down to the question: what did our on our poll? What did people think? And well,
You guys have seen Three Men and a Baby? What? That's surprising.
yeah. Well, I think the hate for Titanic led to Three Men and a Baby, but Last Jedi over Spider-Man 3, so kind of close to what we said there. So I mean,
Yeah, no, I mean this all makes sense. Spider-Man 3 sucks.
yeah,
Last Jedi sucks too, but it was, Last Jedi for me had some redeeming value.
some, but
Some,
not a lot.
a
Spider-Man 3
tiny
had
bit.
none, and that's the
No.
only reason Last Jedi got third. I'm sorry.
I mean, they had to reboot the franchise after Spider-Man 3, didn't they?
Yeah, that was the last Tobey Maguire one. Then I don't know how many years before the Amazing Spider-Man came out. I feel like it
With
might
Andrew
have been only
Garfield,
two.
which I
Yeah,
felt, which I liked.
yeah.